Welcome to Real Talk 100. Thank you for joining me. You know what time it is. We're going to be watching a video. This is going to be a raw reaction. Apparently Clavicular has been arrested. So if you haven't watched my previous video on him, I was saying, it's only going to get worse for him. And apparently it is already getting worse for him. So let's react to this video. It's by John Bravo. He does a lot of these sort of breaking news type videos within e-celebs, whatever you want to call them. That's such an old term. Influencers, I guess you could say. So let's get into it.
Is he being detained at the moment?
He's being placed under arrest.
Under arrest? For what?
I don't know. That's up to him to let you know.
Isn't it bullshit?
Okay, and do you understand the importance of resolving this matter? Yes, I do. Okay. And Counselor, I'll trust that you will have a conversation with your client about the need to be very careful about, the content of what he posts to social media.
You guys know Clav, that piece of shit, right? That asshole who goes to the clubs while he's underage, drinking, partying, stuffing that creatine up his fucking nose like an asshole, and then trying to turn...
Does he really do that? That's so stupid. Yeah, don't do that.
...your own daughters into his personal sharmuta. You guys know that asshole, right? And I was remembering whatever happened to that stupid jaw surgery he was getting, or that limb lengthening surgery. I don't see he did shit. You know why? Because it was all a lie for attention. Well, you know what happened to him now, that little bitch? He just got arrested in Scottsdale, Arizona, and they nailed his ass with 2 felonies and a misdemeanor. Let me tell you something. I lived there for 17 years, and that's one place you don't want to f*** around, because you're about to get Mr. Clav, because they'll make an example out of you. Wait until I tell you guys this story.
No matter what, I doubt that he's going to face prison time. He has money, and he has clout. Like, if you have money and clout, you get away with a lot more.
Bro, why you have to do him like that? Is he being detained at the moment?
He's being placed under arrest.
Under arrest? For what?
I don't know. That's up to him to let you know.
Isn't it bullshit? He's gonna be fine. They're gonna get cooked, guys. Like, this is really bad.
So Clav, that little bitch boy with the jerry curl trying to copy poor Michael Jackson on Thriller, running around town, right? Well, he ran around town in Scottsdale, Arizona, because like I said, he thought he can go there with the fake ID, stuffing creatine up his nose and who knows what else, trying to turn the girls into sharmutas,
So
even though over there they're the biggest ones in the world anyway. Well, he went around there and he f***ed around, and he found out, because what happened was he went to Casa Amigos. I hate that place, right? He gave the bouncer his fake ID. They let him in. But the cops were all watching his stream, so they knew exactly what he was up to, because he was there the night before. Well, they went, they arrested him, they took him in the street, they interrogated him, and then they ended up taking his ass to jail in Scottsdale.
I can't grab him, bro.
I don't know what he was streaming himself doing the night before, but like, you gotta have some IQ, right? You have to have like some level of IQ going on in your brain when you decide what you want to stream, what you want to put online. Because of situations like this, ostensibly. I don't know exactly what happened, but we'll find out.
I'm gonna give you guys a piece of advice.
Yep.
These guys determine how long this whole process lasts. Of course, it could last an hour, or it could last 10 hours.
Okay.
If you put that in their face.
No, I didn't mean to put it in their face.
No.
I
would just get.
Yeah.
You're gonna have plenty of content for this one.
No. I just wanted him to be able to explain his side to the chat before he leaves.
To the
It's
chat,
really fine.
bro.
Everything was done properly.
And they ended up slapping him with 2 felonies. One was drug possession.
Alright, let's look at this. Drug possession. Liquor minor, that's going to be dropped. Forgery, forged instrument. What is that, like a fake ID? These aren't that. I mean, come on, man. These aren't crazy. Like, he literally ran someone over like a month or two ago, and these are like minimal. These are inconsequential in comparison. So this is kind of clickbaity, but
One was drug use. Another one was the driver's license, the fake ID.
oh, it was a fake
Trying
ID.
to go into
Yeah.
the clubs like an asshole, right?
That he was in possession of a forged document and that it was being used.
If you're gonna get a misdemeanor and 2 felonies, these are literally the ones you want to get. These are like just gonna go away, and even if they don't, they're gonna get you some level of respect, quote unquote. You know, once you're like on probation or whatever, and you tell people what your charges were, and you're like, yeah, I'm a felon, and it's gonna make you sound cool because it's drug related, blah 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 blah. You know, it's really stupid, like this whole thing.
To defraud, given the fact that he was under the age of 21 and he obtained admittance to that venue. No information in the Form 4 that he indicated to law enforcement in any way that he had a valid prescription for Adderall. Mr. Peters had been
Dangerous drug possession, narcotic, cocaine, heroin possession for sale. What, they're saying he was distributing? Is this his record? Use electronic communication in drug transaction? Is that even a crime? Like, oh, you used your phone to be like, meet me here? You might as well just make like, you used a sidewalk to meet the person as a crime. Like, dangerous drug possession? Okay.
live streaming himself approaching individuals in Old Town Scottsdale asking if he could obtain Adderall. So certainly that factual information would negate the assertion that he in fact had some type of valid prescription for that.
The court is going to find probable cause as to all 3 allegations. I understand the argument as to possession of a forged instrument. However, I do agree with the state, given the totality of the circumstances, that does meet, that does meet probable cause.
And I was thinking about it. Remember, I was telling you guys I was there for 17 years of my life, so I know that place real well. And they put my ass in prison 2 times, and I didn't even do shit, right? But I went to 4th Avenue. That's the place you don't want to go. And this Clav little bitch boy, he's lucky they didn't throw his ass there. He's lucky he was in Scottsdale. He just went to the local jail. Because if he went to 4th Avenue, he would have got literally. Now, when I say, Arizona doesn't when it comes to drug.
I do want to say on a side note, it is kind of weird people's obsession with like prison rape. Like, I don't know, like, anytime there's like a crime involving a kid or something, like people are always like, oh, I can't wait for him to go to prison and get raped. It's like, it's a very weird fixation, and I think there are some, I'm not saying with John Bravo here, I think he's just trying to make a joke for, for giggles, but I'm saying like other people who fixate on that, like I think there are some underlying implications that they might need to explore with a therapist, if I had to guess.
Related or alcohol related crimes. I mean, I remember I had an ex over there, right? And she kept on doing the same shit over and over, the same type of shit, drug possession, alcohol, right? And they made an example out of her, and she's still suffering to this day. So I know this asshole, you got 2 felonies and a misdemeanor. They ain't dropping all that shit. Maybe they'll drop.
Yeah, they will, dude. I don't agree with that. Like, he literally ran someone over in Florida, and he's like walking around scot-free. Like, come on. This is gonna blow over. Just like the Wes Watson thing, when you were breaking all that bullshit, saying, oh, look, Wes Watson this, Wes Watson that, he's going to go to prison, oh, he had a temper tantrum in court. He's still walking around. Like, nothing's going to happen to these people because they have money and clout.
1 felony, 1 misdemeanor. but they're going to stick his ass with the other one. And now, the funniest part, they told him you can't leave Arizona until we straighten this all out. And they said you can't drink, you can't party, you can't do all these things.
Our understanding is that Mr. Peters resides in the state of Florida, that he has no known ties to Arizona. I think we've already...
Wait, so did this happen in Arizona? Or, like... Oh my gosh, man. Like, did I not have enough caffeine? Like, why is Arizona in the picture? Because John Bravo was literally just saying Florida doesn't fuck around. But why are they talking about Arizona? I don't know. We'll see.
Sufficiently discussed the particular facts of this case. The state is particularly concerned, one, that he represents a flight risk given that he doesn't have any ties to the state of Arizona and resides in Florida. Additionally, our understanding is that he does have a significant source of income that he could use to assist him to flee. Additionally, we are concerned really just in general of whether he'll comply with any kind of release conditions given his behavior. As I indicated earlier in my previous argument, he was...
Dude, what is with, like, the dramatic background music? Like, this is literally just a fake ID, a minor who has alcohol, and, like, what was the other one? Like, drug possession? Like, this is, like, par for the course. Like, it's like half the people walking around in America. I don't know. I'm not trying to excuse it. I don't think... I mean, I'm not saying it's proper behavior, but I'm just saying, like, it's not that deep, you know.
Live streaming himself, going up to individuals asking for an illegal substance. He clearly doesn't have any respect for the law, and given all of that, we are concerned.
By the way, him going online and saying microdosing meth is a good idea is not the best strategy if you want to stay out of legal trouble, and especially now that you're in legal trouble that has to do with drug use, they can go back and use that against you. Like, it's stupid.
That he may not follow any release conditions that this court may impose that may be less than a bond.
If I impose release conditions, Mr. Peters, do you understand that you have court hearings on February 23rd at 8:30 a.m. and February 26th at 8:30 a.m.? You understand that you must make an appearance at both of those hearings? Okay. And do you understand the importance of resolving this matter? Okay. And Counselor, I'll check.
Man, being in court will humble you, huh? Where's that cocky attitude now? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the woman hate, like the misogyny and all that? You know, there's a woman talking to you, telling you how your life is going to be, and you're taking it. Which, by the way, I agree with his. I disagree with his opinions on that, right? Like, so.
That you have a conversation with your client about the need to be very careful about, the content of what he posts to social media. So you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, all right? No contact with any arresting officers, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid license, right? Is there anything else that needs to be addressed?
Yeah, we would ask, given some of the information about what he does for a living, we would ask that he be processed out as expediently as possible.
The lawyer looks very unconventional for a lawyer, but I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's interesting.
Or held in a private area while the jail processes him out.
And I will leave that up to MCSO. Okay, thank you. This matter is concluded. All right.
And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, this asshole, right? What does he do on his streams? All he does is party, drink, right? Find sharmutas. He's already kicked out of Miami. He can't even go to any clubs in Miami. That's why he's in Arizona. Because remember, he did that whole stunt with Andrew Tate and the fuck boys with that Hitler shit, right? Well, he got kicked out of Miami, so he thought he could tour the world and fuck around in other cities. But this one, because of the conditions of his release,
Okay, so yeah, this happened in Arizona, and the bullshit that he was doing before was in Florida, obviously. And so, like, they're saying, like, well, he has a home in Florida, so he could go to Florida, you know, or he's a flight risk, so he might go back there and then escape the country or something, I'm guessing.
I told him he can't drink, he can't party, he can't do all this shit. And I know from my past experience with my ex-girlfriends, right? They random drug test your ass. They'll show up no matter where you are.
Dude, you know what, though? That's a good point. If he doesn't have an Adderall prescription and he's been getting Adderall, then he wouldn't be able to take Adderall or anything. He wouldn't be able to do his microdosing meth, his Adderall consumption. He wouldn't be able to do any of that, because even if he doesn't do meth, Adderall will show up as an amphetamine, like on a drug test. So, you know, if that wasn't his prescription, then he would have to stop doing that, and he relies on that to stay lean. He admits that, right? What other drugs does he take? He takes steroids. They're not going to drug test for that, so he'll be fine on that. He'll just take testosterone, whatever he's going to take. Yeah, whatever other, you know, obviously he won't be able to drink. So, I mean, it will have some consequences, assuming that he actually has to follow these rules and not do drugs or alcohol. Like, it will actually change his life significantly in terms of habits and the way he was living, his lifestyle, right?
And randomly drug test you. If you fail one of those, they're throwing your ass not in jail, but in prison. So, like I said, all his content is based upon doing this bullshit. And now we're going to see, can this asshole do anything when he's not under the influence or when he's not on drugs? That's going to be the test. So now let's see what's going to happen to this piece.
Well, I mean, he's going to, if he doesn't have an Adderall prescription, he's going to get one. It's, you know, not hard, especially if you have money and clout. Like, you could get whatever prescription you want. So, you know, he can just take that and continue, you know, his amphetamine habits. He's going to continue his steroid habits. He won't be able to continue his drinking habits. If there were other drugs that he was doing to sort of influence his personality, to like bring certain parts of his personality out that were essential for captivating his audience, and now he can't do those drugs, then yeah, it will make a difference. I guess we'll find out.
Piece of shit when he can't do the things he wants to do no more.
I know you guys are probably wanting me to jump on like I usually do, and
dude, the music is so funny. It's like everything just fell apart. The end of the world. He just had some drugs, bro. Like, come on.
And you know, talk freely about sort of my experiences, what happened, but unfortunately not this time. So unfortunately, I will not really be able to say much. We're out. Spent the night in jail. You guys probably saw the charges. Probably saw the mugshot. But besides that, I have no updates other than what's publicly available to you guys. So I'm not gonna be able to do my usual shit, you know. So it is what it is, right? So no more craziness for a little while. So we'll have to figure it out. But
you know what I'm kind of seeing though is like he does seem a little more unsure of himself, like not as confident. It could just be the topic that he's talking about, but he seems a little bit more insecure right now. So there might have been some drug that he was taking that gave him that security and cockiness that he's not taking now. It might just be the meth, right? It might be the microdosing of meth that was giving him that cockiness and that confidence and you know, the indestructible feeling that he had. and now he doesn't have that, and you can kind of see it in his cadence, in the way that he's talking, and kind of fluttering his eyes and not making eye contact with the camera and stuff like that.
It is what it is. A lot of people hating.
And babe, you know this new studio move? Do you know what kind of a pain in the ass this is? I haven't been able to film a video for days. But you know what else I've been doing for days? Remember this top T shit? Well, it's some crazy shit. Wait until I show you later what it's doing to me. I'm gonna turn you into my sharmuta.
And then he shows a test booster. Gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, that is the story, I guess. Clavicular arrested for 10 years. For 10 years. I'm reading the title. I should just like talk. He's been arrested and ostensibly facing 10 years. It's not going to happen. I don't think he's going to spend a single second behind bars, jail or prison. But it will be interesting to see how his personality changes in the videos that he uploads. To see how much he was relying on these drugs that he can't take anymore. He's still going to be able to take the testosterone, and he'll get an Adderall prescription, and he'll be able to get away with that. In fact, if he had an Adderall prescription, he could get away with doing meth, because they're both going to come up as the same thing on a drug test. So, you know, he'll be able to, you know, go back to that habit. But yeah, nothing crazy. At first I thought this was going to be, you know, him being arrested for what happened before, you know, him running the guy over. But I guess he just got away with that, scot-free, like nothing ever happened. So, it's crazy, huh? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you would be so kind as to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, at which point I'd be willing to put in a lot more effort in terms of editing and all of that. But until I get to that point, I'm just going to have these casual videos every once in a while on various different topics. So, have a great day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And I clicked the wrong thing. Bye.